I've been sick all week, so we're not gonna do this today because I already know what I want to draw. And today, I want to draw some Pokemon. But not just any Pokemon. I want to draw my own Pokemon. And to do that, we're going to need this fun little cup with weird stuff on the top of it. And inside that cup is another cup. It has mermaids on it. It's cool. And what we're going to do is from this cup, we are going to take out 2 Pokemon types. And we are going to create our own Pokemon using those 2 types. And I've been really excited about this for a very long time because I came up with this idea forever ago and have not implemented it yet. So our first type, of course our first type is a bug type. First type is a bug type, and our second type is, ooh, ice bug. Bug ice. Okay, that's interesting. This is my handy dandy little chart, and it's going to tell us which ones are, there's like 300 something on this chart, so 324. Which means that we're probably not going to finish this chart in my lifetime. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But we have bug as our type. So this is type 1, type 2. And as you can see, there's spaces for when it's just like, it's a straight bug, it's a straight dark, whatever. So we're going to go over here to ice. Fill that in. And ice is my lightest blue. And so we also have a space for ice being the dominant type and bug being the lesser. Our very first Pokemon. Going to take this and do bug ice. Now, immediately what came to my brain was this bug that, at least I think it's a bug, that lives in Antarctica, and it is consistently being frozen and defrosted for like 10 something years or something like that. I moved my computer in here so that I could look up stuff. I moved a computer in here. I should say that instead. Antarctic bug. I think it's ugly. Is it a bug or a plant? I saw it on one of those documentaries. Yeah, this was like a long time ago, and there was like a creature that I want to say was a bug. No, it wasn't the tardigrade. Maybe it was a mistake, maybe my computer in here, because I've been spending more time on the computer. Well, I can't figure out what bug I'm thinking about, and I'm pretty sure it's not a bug. It probably means I need to watch Frozen Planet again and figure that out, but that was the first thing that I thought of. So, and then there was like some news about tardigrades being brought back to life after being frozen for 30 years, which is really cool. So if you don't know about tardigrades, you should really look at those things because they're really awesome. So the second part of this, ew, those are really nice bug colors. Okay. The second part of this is that I wanted to look up random color schemes for these creatures, for these Pokemon, because, you know, I'm not very good at coming up with my own color schemes. And then I will print screen that and put it up on the video. So yeah, my desk looks great, but my the rest of the room, not so much. Now, what kind of bug do we want to draw? Okay, so there is a bug in the Antarctic called the Antarctic midge. These things are really ugly. And then there's an Arctic moth. Let's look at that. I like moths. The Arctic woolly bear moth is an Arabid moth native to the high Arctic in the Canadian archipelago, Greenland, and Wrangel Island in Russia. It is known for its slow rate of development, as its full caterpillar life cycle may extend up to 7 years, with molting occurring each spring. Maybe this is what I was thinking of, because I feel like I've seen the woolly bear caterpillar. Let's look at what a woolly bear moth looks like. Oh, it's pretty. So we're gonna go with the Arctic woolly bear moth. And then we're just gonna put the Nephora. So I know exactly what I'm looking for when I look this up later. Groenlandica. Cool. All right, so we have an idea, and so with the woolly bear moth, we have our little caterpillars, which are not very big, kind of like that. They just look like spiky beans. And so let's do, because they're kind of black in the middle. Do just a little bit of this. Actually, you can see what I'm doing. Should probably get a ring light at some point. Just put it right here. You'll see what I'm doing in a minute. Okay. Because there is our spiky little bean. That is the Arctic woolly bear caterpillar. If we scroll back up to the moth, so it's got a really interesting shape. It's also fuzzy. So there's that, and I'm not going to be too fussed about one wing right now. I have to look up how Butterfree's wings look, and vermilion. Isn't that the teeny little hand? And then like handlebars for antenna. Okay. Nice. Alright, yeah, I think I'm enjoying this a lot more. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. And then it has like a white little reef around it. So, alright. So there is our, yep. I think that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with a bug ice. We're gonna go with the Arctic Woolly Bear Moth as kind of our base, and that's what we're gonna go for. And I think a moth would be really good for that. It's just, it's not gonna be a flying top Pokemon because it's gonna be bug and ice that just happens to fly. And there are bugs that have, that are flying that aren't necessarily considered a flying type. So at least it will fit in with that. However, we need a, because this is the larval stage. Larvae? No. What are the stages of a moth? I have to do a lot of research for this. Alright, so we got, oh no, this was the larva stage. Okay, because eggs are the eggs, and this is the larva. So this would be like the base evolution. And then we have our pupa. I was worried about that. And then we have the imago, which is the adult. So we need a pupa stage. So if we learn anything from Pokemon, it's caterpillar, cocoon. I don't remember what a metapod looks like. And butterfly. Okay, so that's the life stages of moths and butterflies. So we need to come up with a pupa stage, and the pupa stage in my brain I think would be really cool is if they encased themselves in like a permafrost layer. So this would be the permafrost, and inside maybe we see a sleeping, so this would be the pupa where we have a layer of permafrost, and maybe we don't see, we can only like see the face. You have to be really careful because this might, because it's starting to give me like Inuit baby vibes, and that might be racist if we go too far down that path. What is the pupa stage of a Arctic woolly bear moth look like? Like nothing. Oh. Okay, so they're wrapped up in like string. I still really like this idea because it's ties into it being like a bug Pokemon and everything. So let's try this. So we got our caterpillar. Maybe it has little feetsies. Starting to really look like Joltik, which I didn't really want. But oh, so we can do like a zigzagoon thing where it's spiky. Sorry, I really like this little face. because it also will tie into that. So like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, literally. This teeny tiny little face. Oh, and he's starting to look like the caterpillar from the labyrinth now. Come and have a spot of tea with the missus. So I'm starting to really like this. So this would be our basic. We gotta figure out colors for this dude. So if we break him down even more, let's give him segments. Like here's the head, here's the second. I like 5. 5 is a good number for me. That'll be. No, head one should be the biggest. Shouldn't it? No. Relatively. Second one should be the biggest, and this one smaller and smaller. Okay, so then we have segments. Each segment has feetsies. So we should have 8 feetsies. Yeah, like 8. 8's a good number. 5 segments, 8 feetsies, 2 eyes. And a teeny little smile. And a happy little bug. And he kind of has like a tail going on. There we go. We have our basic woolly. Should we call him Woolly? Woolly P. Woolly Pillar. Woolly Pillar? Okay. So we got this. Now figure out his colors. So kind of like giving him his little feetsies this color. We don't have to use all of the colors on all 3, because I honestly didn't go into this thinking that I was going to create 3 different Pokemon today, but here we are. Good for... He really does look like the caterpillar from Labyrinth. Come on now and meet the missus. You don't want to go to that castle. Debating if I want to use the blue in the middle. Kind of like keeping him green for now. Yeah, I'm kind of doing like a zigzagoon style. That's fine. Yeah. So here we have our the woolly pair. The woolly pillar. Woolly pillar. Just woolly pillar. Yeah, the woolly pillar. That's what you are. We got our basic form, which is the woolly pillar. And we might fix some of the... Well, you know what? So next we have the Pupa Stage, which I really like the idea of this being a layer. So we have maybe less feetsies. Maybe it's wrapped up in a blanket. roughly cocoon shaped. Yeah. I don't know why I don't do this more often. I do really want an outline. So much as like I want the, and Metapod's all one color. So it's, and I think Kakuna is all one color. I don't know about all the other. So if we do this, and then take our lightest green, make a blanket. So last week, I got my very first tattoo, and it's the Star Trek insignia chevron on my chest with the engineering symbol in the middle. My voice is starting to escape me. And the tattoo artist put on the Encanto soundtrack, and we were talking about like some stuff that was going on in her life, and she's talking about a friend of hers who she recently had to cut ties with because the friend was becoming toxic and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, that's really unfortunate. And she's like, yeah. And what brought the conversation up was the song, the Dos Oreguitos, and she was talking about how like she's in a transitional period in her life where everything is just like coming up roses and everything. So, and the friend was just being kind of left behind because she wasn't growing at the same rate, and you know, that's never a good thing. And then try to make this look like you're encased in something and not just yeah. And she was talking about how the song Dos Oreguitas really reminds her of that friendship, because it was a really good friendship up until they had to cut ties because of the other person being toxic and whatnot. And just like doing this and the oreguitas and the cocoon, because I don't remember the Spanish word for cocoon, even though I listen to that song a lot, and just reminds me of the conversation I had with my, sorry, I'm checking, this is a project that I'm working on, but yeah, so we got, this is the Evolved Stage 2, Stage 1. What's a Stage 1 Pokemon? Alright, so I was wrong. There's basic Pokemon, and then there's a Stage 1 Pokemon, and the Stage 1 comes after the basic Pokemon, sometimes evolving into a Stage 2 Pokemon, which would then be considered the... Alright, so basic, Stage 1, and Stage 2, which makes no sense. I guess it does make sense because not all Pokemon evolve. I mean, there's some very... I was about to make a... like Electabuzz or Magmar, and I'm like, wait a minute. Not only are those considered Stage 1 Pokemon now, those are also considered because they both have baby versions, like the Elekid and the Magby. Yeah, so they also evolve again. I don't remember what the evolved form of Electabuzz is called, but Magmar evolves into Magmortar. So, you know, those are no longer considered basic Pokemon because they evolve and are evolved from something like baby Pokemon. All right. Yeah, I really like this. I'm really digging it. So, what are we going to call you? So, if we look at, I'm just going to go by Generation 1 for right now, because those are the ones I know by heart. Weedle, Kakuna, and Beedrill. So we got Woolipilla, Woolly Pupa, Woolly Pupa, let's see how that looks. Maybe look better if I didn't keep breaking this lead. Woolly Pupa. That's not bad, but that kind of like, we'll workshop that because then like Woolly Pupa, Woolly Pilla, Woolly Pupa, Woolly Papa. And that kind of genders it, doesn't it? Maybe Woolly Perma? No. Woolly Pilla, Woolly Pupa, Woolly Para makes it sound like a parasite. Ooh, okay. Woolly Polar. So, yeah. We got it. We got it! Now to come up with a... I really like this shape. I think it's a cool, unique shape, or at least I don't remember seeing anything like it in the Pokemon world. But again, there's like 800 something freaking Pokemon, so I could be wrong. Let's see what the basic shape of this is going to be. Like that. I want to get this shape down here. So this is the back. And now for the front. So we got this, but we're going to bring back the dirt face because I really like the dirt face. And then we'll play around with wings in a minute. I guess we can give you longer legs because you're technically an adult now. I don't know what I want. Oh, you know what? Screw it. I just want to give you 2 legs. Let's look at wings. We'll use this as our template. On this one, I think I said I liked having this like outline. Yeah. On these wings though, there's a kind of a like that. And then there's like a band here. every so. Let's figure out some colors. Wait, no. Oh, boo. Fixed it. I added a segment by accident. That's alright. I know it's a very simple design for these wings, but I'm not really well practiced with insect wings, and I'm not trying to hurry. I'm just trying to get down the basic shape. So, and if you look at Pokemon wings, they generally have the most simple of shapes to them. Yeah, I'm not liking that at all. So we're just gonna do this and not tell anybody. So if Caterpie is a worm Pokemon and Butterfree is the butterfly Pokemon, and Metapod is a cocoon Pokemon. So let's see, we got worm, cocoon, that's not how you spell that, and butterfly. And let's go to Weedle. Is a bug poison type. Is a hairy bug Pokemon. And a Kakuna is also a cocoon Pokemon. And Beedrill is a poison bee Pokemon. So if we type in cocoon Pokemon, how many does that come up with? Metapod, Silicoon, Kakuna, Cascoon, Supa? Spoopa is a Scatter Dust Pokemon. Okay, so there are quite a few Cocoon Pokemon, which means that Woolipot can be classified as a Cocoon Pokemon. And Woolipilla, let's look up Worm Pokemon. Wurmple, Caterpie, Snom? Oh, Snom is an ice bug Pokemon. Also a worm Pokemon. Okay. But that's ice bug, not bug ice. It's a very important distinction. Counterpart. Okay, so there's multiple. So this would be considered a worm Pokemon as well. And Woolly Polar. Let's look up butterfly Pokemon and see, because we got Poison Bee Pokemon, which is Beedrill. Butterfree, Beautifly. Let's look at Moth Pokemon, because this is a moth. Mothim, Duskox, Venomoth, Frostmoth, which I think Snom evolved into. Okay, so this is a moth Pokemon. So we have our basic stage 1 and stage 2. I need to do some more research on Frostmoth because something tells me that this might be based off of the same thing I was thinking of. Based on the winter moth. What is the winter moth? Alright, Frostmoth may be based on the winter moth. It also shares similarities with the adult stages of the jewel caterpillar, the animal its pre-evolution Snom is based on. It may also be based on the larva of the Arctic woolly bear moth who can withstand cold temperatures. Its size and green shiny coloration may make it based on several species of silk moth. The fluff surrounding its neck resembles a large winter scarf or a blanket of snow. Its pre-evolution's appetite for snow and frost moth lacking a mouth feature may be based on different larvae of the caterpillar species, some of which may often eat large amounts of food before metamorphosing due to losing the ability to eat upon doing so. It may also reference an old method of removing clothing moth larvae from clothes, which is usually done through freezing the clothing or setting it in cold temperatures. Okay. Well, this one's different. With Snom and Frostmoth, it looks more like it's an ice bug. It's more ice than bug, whereas this one's more bug than ice. I mean, Frostmoth is really pretty though. I just really like the shape of the woolly bear moth because it's just really interesting to me. Just like the various shapes and everything. Here is my bug ice Pokemon that I created, completely forgetting that Snom and Frostmoth were a thing, mostly because I'm not too up to date with 7 and 8 and now 9, which will be coming out this year, I think. This is what my Pokemon would look like if I designed Pokemon. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a really long time because I just really, Pokemon is one of my favorite things in the world, and I always wanted to design my own Pokemon, and now I get to do that because I can do whatever I want. Nobody can stop me. So yeah, if you liked my woolly pila, my woolly pupa, and my woolly polar, let me know down below. And I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Okay. Real quick, I know I said goodbye. But, as I'm editing things, I have to be doing something with my hands. So as I was editing this video, I had my sketchbook in here in the computer room with me, and I kind of just erased these guys. Just completely erased them and put butterfly wings and started playing around with the different designs of wings that I could use for my little baby woolly polar. I also drew a snom because it's a butt. It is a butt face worm. Like, I had to draw it. But anyway, I am really liking these wings. Not this one. This one's kind of too close to the original design, which is very closely related to the woolly bear's actual wings. So I'm kind of like, maybe I don't want to go with that one because it is very close and there's a little too much detail in it. Because in my mind, I'm thinking of designing this for, like, if this was going to be in the anime itself, like, what would it look like? It would look very simple, like something that's easy to animate. And so, like, this wing here, I'm actually really leaning toward this one as my favorite, because it is very simple, but it also kind of, like, I think it fits better with this one because the woolly polar has a black abdomen, and that goes into black wings, and then brings in that blue on the edges, and it gives me that border that I really liked at the beginning, which was a very light border that I wanted, but it just didn't look right with this wing here, because I didn't want to bring in another color. Essentially, I just wanted to stick to the 5 colors that I was given. This one I really enjoy because it's very similar to a monarch wing, and monarchs are my favorite butterfly. So I really like that one. But I think if I'm going to make final illustrations of these guys, if I was going to make final illustrations of these, I would definitely go with that wing. However, I can be swayed. So let me know which of these 3, or 4 if you really like the original, is your favorite. And you may or may not see a final illustration for these, because I did run out of time, and ultimately I bought 2 brand new sketchbooks to make final illustrations of all the Pokemon I create. So who knows what's going to happen in the future. You'll just have to subscribe to find out. Alright, now I'm really going for real this time. Alright, bye.